Hello, and welcome to Tips and Tricks. I'm Debbie Nelson with Together SC, and I'm here today to introduce you to a new member of our consultant collaborative. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Great to see you. This is Heather Hugh, and she has a new firm, HDH Advancement Group, which she started during COVID. And I'd like to give you a moment or two just to share a little bit about your new firm.
Thanks, Debbie. Yes. So during COVID, I recognized nonprofits really struggling with what's next and how to plan strategically. A lot of nonprofits operating under-resourced. And I had previously been a consultant with nonprofits and felt that it was time for me to start my own firm and that I could have more impact and help organizations better working kind of with an external perspective to an organization. And so I started HDH Advancement Group. Our primary sought after services relate to fundraising and funding and helping an organization maximize funding so that they can be well resourced to provide the services and programs to the people that they serve.
So that brings me to the question for today, and we'd love some tips and tricks about funding. And maybe particularly, how do you take your funding to the next level?
Yes. So one of the first things that is kind of unique to my organization is that we really like to take a holistic approach. With funding and fundraising, we recognize that there are a lot of things that influencing your fundraising success. So we want to get to know your board. We want to get to know the staff. We want to learn a little bit about what your image is in the community, your marketing communications. And as I was talking about, making sure you're resourced with the right IT and infrastructure to help you really maximize that funding for the organization. And of course, your fundraising programs. We want to look at your fundraising efforts as well. And so what I wanted to share today with people watching that you can kind of do on your own. One thing when I approach a new client, they are often kind of hesitant to identify their areas of weakness. And they're kind of shy to admit maybe something like major gifts. They'll tell me, we're trying to increase our major gift fundraising. We know we need to, we know that's important, but we just haven't quite been able to ramp that up in the way that we want. Or they may say that they have a great board that really wants to help, but they're not really engaged in fundraising. And so what I want to encourage people watching today is to embrace that weak link or those weakest links within your organization, because those links are often your greatest areas to increase funding. And so if you're able to identify those and embrace them, that's going to be your best chance of getting more money and to resource your organization and increase your capacity for impact. So a couple of just two-step things that you can do to move things in that direction with your funding. Number one is you need to identify what those weak points are. And important to that is getting some honest input from people internal and external to your organization. So just do a little bit of investigative work with your team to identify those key places that need improvement. And then the second thing you can do is just write out 3 steps that will help move the needle on that issue for you and calendar those 3 steps. Keep it really, really, really simple, but put step number 1 due today, and then add step 2 and 3 to your calendar so that you know that you're at least on a step-by-step basis going to start moving that thing in the right direction. And that's your greatest opportunity really to increase funding.
Well, I love that because it's something that any organization can do. And thank you for making it that simple. But of course, it's not always simple. And sometimes we do need help from an external consultant like yourself. We will be gladly sharing your information for folks that either have follow-up questions about today or want to reach out to you to engage your services to help them take that holistic approach in their organization and take their funding to the next level. So thank you so much, Heather, for sharing that information today. We look forward to working with you more at Together SC, and we encourage our members to contact you and partner with you on some of the work they may have within their organizations. So with that, I say goodbye and wish you all a great day. Goodbye,
Thank
Heather.
you, Debbie. Thank you so much. And thank you to Together SC for all you do.
You're very welcome. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.